I want to bring in David Weinstein now. He is a former federal prosecutor to talk more about this leak and the ramifications of it. David, we appreciate you coming on. So criminal charges here, what would they be? Obstruction of justice? I mean, intrusion of a government property? What are we looking at?
Well, it could range anywhere from obstruction if the intent was to obstruct the process, theft of government property. We've seen those crimes filed before. Perhaps concealment or removal of government property, but it's really an internal investigation right now being conducted by the marshals of the Supreme Court.
What about a document like this? I mean, is it in fact classified? I spoke with a clerk last night who said, well, once you're inside the court, something like this could actually just be lying out on top of a desk for anybody to peruse through.
It's not classified information or national security information like we all generally think of this. I mean, if you hear that, you think about Assange, you think about Chelsea Manning. This is a document that's the property of the Supreme Court. And so within the court, there's certain judicial ethics and canons that govern what should be done with the property, but it's not really a national security piece of property.
Let's talk a little bit about the investigation. I mean, in something like this, how many people had access to it? Who are they looking at? I mean, where do you even start?
Well, I think you'd start with the judges and their chambers and their clerks, much like you would start in a corporation where you're looking at an internal investigation. You start at the top and you start interviewing everybody along the way. And keep in mind that the marshals are acting on behalf of the U.S. Supreme Court. These people can answer questions if they want to. It may not be in their best interest to answer questions. We may see some of the clerks and other employees get lawyers who are going to stand in between themselves and the marshals. So it's going to move on much like any traditional investigation is going to move forward.
David, it's not out of the question. You hate to think this, but could a justice have leaked it?
Well, anything's possible right now. You know, we know for a fact that this is the draft opinion. This is what was released. That's been confirmed by the Chief Justice. What they say, no one is above suspicion. So I think the marshal's going to be looking and talking to everybody.
And we're watching it closely. David Weinstein, appreciate your time tonight. Thank you.
You're welcome, Marnie.
Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.